Weird. It's weird for sure. Still haven't gotten used to it. Yeah.
How you feeling going up to the Big 12 championship game?
It's awesome. It's a really good feeling because it's what we've wanted and it's our goal that we've had, and just to be able to make it isn't enough for us. But it's cool to be able to be in the position that we are and to have the opportunity to go, achieve our goal, and I'm really looking forward to the opportunity.
Is there a sour taste in your mouth still from that last game? A bad memory maybe of how that played out?
Absolutely. I feel like we're definitely going to remember the fact that we didn't score any points in that second half. I feel like we kind of left some things out there, and I think TCU is a really good team, but I think that was a game that we kind of let slip away from us a little bit. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity to play them again because they're a heck of a ball team, and I think that I have a lot of respect for them, and I think just being able to go down there and take them on on this stage is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really cool.
We talked about Kansas kind of coming in here and trying to play spoiler last week, and now you guys almost have the chance to play spoiler on the college football playoff. Have you thought about that at all?
I guess that's part of it, but that's really not what we're trying to accomplish. We're kind of trying to do this for us, and it's because we want to go win the Big 12. We want to go achieve our goal, and it's right there in front of us, and it's one game, one step away, and it's really cool that we have this opportunity, it's right there in front of us, and we made this opportunity for ourselves. And we're blessed to be in this position, and it's at this point, I kind of like being the underdog a little bit. Nobody kind of don't really have anything to lose. Kind of going in there just to try and achieve our goal and win the Big 12.
Is there a way to encapsulate the momentum you guys have gathered over the last 4 weeks?
Yeah, I think just carrying that confidence, and we've done some really good things on both sides of the ball. And being able to kind of just carry the confidence that we've grown, that we've built, through making some plays and doing some good things. That's really what I would say is the biggest thing. Just being able to know that when those plays are out there to be made, we've made them before, and that we can go make them again. And me being able to trust the guys around me because they're doing it, and I know they're going to continue to do it.
They say it's hard to beat a team twice in the season. You never had to try to do it here, but why do you think that is? Why do you think it's hard?
I think it's extremely hard because it really turns into a chess game, and because there's some things that we look back at that game that we played back in October or whenever it was, and there's some things that we wish we would have done different. I'm sure they wish they would have done some things different, and there's some things we learned about them, some things they learned about us, and it's going to be kind of a balancing act, because I bet you they're going to come out with some new stuff. We're going to come out with some new stuff, and it kind of turns into this, like I said, like a chess game, and we're both going to be kind of trying to scheme each other up and know, try and just stay on top of each other and know what the other one's doing before they do it.
Coach Wyman kind of talked a little bit about a lot of you guys have been to AT&T Stadium,
mm-hmm.
and whether it be media days, whether it be playing against Stanford last year.
Yeah.
Do you think that kind of helps you guys not have that awe factor of playing at a big stadium like that?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a different kind of stage than it was last year. But being that we've played there before, it kind of takes a little bit of that away, I guess. And we've played in an NFL stadium before. We played in this NFL stadium before, which is cool. But it's at the end of the day, it's still 120 by 53 and a half or whatever it is, and it's football. It's 11 on 11, and so we got to block out all that extra stuff and just go play a game.
Where have you improved the most since last time you guys played TCU?
I feel like that's hard because I think, I guess, just my comfortability back there. And that was kind of when I came in there at TCU. That was my first time playing this year. Hadn't really, been out there. Hadn't been out there at all. But now that I have been, I've kind of settled into a rhythm a little bit. Feel like I'm, kind of into it a little more now. And definitely have some more banked reps with the ones and stuff like that. So, I feel good going into this, and I feel like we're as confident as we could be.
You got a great start the first time you played him,
Yep.
and then second half, I know you got banged up a little bit. It seemed like things didn't go as well. Was there something particular you need to correct there to sustain?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, at the end of the day, 0 points and a half, no matter what, is unacceptable. No matter if I got banged up or what happened. So, we look back at that game, and there were a lot of things that we left out there. And we know that, we got to correct that. And, we know that momentum is easily shifted, especially in this game at college football. It's so easily shifted, and it's a game of momentum, and you just got to keep it on your side, and you got to no matter what's going on, you just got to keep your head down and stay neutral, because that's what really matters at the end of the day.
Well, after 12 games, how would you describe this football team?
Resilient. I feel like and close. There's a true love on this team for each other, and it doesn't really matter who gets the praise. There's some, you could look at some teams and everyone kind of wants to get their individual success. I feel like on this team there's as little of that as I would assume there is anywhere, and everyone just wants this team to be successful. No matter what happens, we just want to win, and at the end of the day, that's huge, because it brings a true sense of pride in us and in our team, and it knows that the guy to your left and the guy to your right have your back no matter what.
Hayden mentioned that he would just as soon play an 11 o'clock game, but it's been a while for you guys. Is there an adjustment there, just mentally, to get yourself ready for an early game?
Yeah, it has been a while, and that's definitely, I feel like playing an 11 o'clock game is almost better in a way, because you kind of get up and you just go. You don't really, it's not a lot of thinking about it, but definitely have to make sure that we're gonna get enough sleep this week, and just because it's a little earlier wake up call, don't have a lot of extra time that day, so just got to make sure we stay on top of that recovery stuff and things like that.
You talked about the culture, but Adrian being an example, not being able to play, what's his role been, and how has he handled that for you guys?
I can't say enough good things about him and what he's done and what he's meant for me and for this team, because he's a captain of this football team, and he earned that. And he's just an awesome guy, and a really good football mind, and someone that I can come off the field and bounce ideas off of, and say, hey, would you see right here, because he gets it. He was out there, and he's been in the fire. He knows kind of what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, outside of just the X's and O's. So just having a guy like that, and that's also a really good friend of mine, to be able to do that with is really cool.
Looking back to your first game of the year, you get thrown into the fire at TCU. Honestly, when you look back at that, were you kind of like, hey, I'm out here dealing. This is going, after what you've been through, what was that like?
It felt good, it brought some confidence, and it felt like I was finally kind of doing what I was capable of doing. And it was kind of refreshing a little bit, to kind of, felt like I had kind of gotten over that hump of that struggle. And I know there's going to be struggles in the future. I know it's not all going to go perfect, but it just kind of showed me what I was capable of, and kind of proved myself right. You always say, like, you want to prove everyone wrong, but kind of prove myself right, and that was what meant the most to me, and it was really cool to kind of see that kind of work out a little bit. Obviously, not getting the win, that at the end of the day, it didn't matter what I did if we didn't get the win. So I'm excited to get another shot at these guys. I think they're a really good team, but they're beatable.
DJ Giddens, I understand he's a pretty quiet kid. Do you feel like you know him pretty well? Like, what can you tell me about kind of who he is off the field?
He's a super good guy. Super quiet. Yeah, I'm still trying to break him a little bit. But man, he's a hard worker. He's a hard runner, and I can't say enough good things about him. And he picks things up super well. He's a really good mind, even though he's quiet about it. He's awesome. Love DJ.